Hi, I'm Essie.
And I'm Elle.
Welcome back to Magic and Mayhem. Okay, hello. So we are doing our monthly ranking. Obviously, this is for the month of January. So in January, I read 22 books, if I'm not mistaken.
And in January, I read 24 books.
Hey, we were pretty close this month.
Yeah. How many did you read?
22.
I missed it when you said it.
So, we're going to start off with Elle's tier ranking this time, just to switch it up. So, but the tier list is the same. It's new favorite, loved it, liked it, just okay, or yuck.
So, Three Dark Crowns. That's the first one in the Three Dark Crowns trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. Maybe it's more than that. I don't know. I don't remember. But I think, I'm going to go... It's not quite new favorite, but almost. Loved it. That one is really good. I mean, some of the twists I think I saw coming, but it was still really good. I was enjoying it. There were some aspects of it, I won't give spoilers, but like, if the cheating thing is a complete deal breaker for you, maybe don't read it, but because that is one of the plot lines, which I don't generally like. But it wasn't a deal breaker in the book, so
Good.
then
Now it's One Dark Throne.
One Dark Throne. That one, even though I got a lot of plot development, I'm gonna say liked it.
Okay.
Just for a few reasons that since I'm not giving spoilers, I can't tell you.
I was going to say,
But-
it's a sequel, so you
Yeah.
really can't say anything.
Yeah, I really can't say anything. The only thing I will tell you is they killed off some characters that I liked, so that's why it's in liked it. So,
That makes sense.
I was a little annoyed.
Jennifer and Thorne.
I liked it. It's as much as one can like a book like that. It's the whole premise is not necessarily something you can precisely say you enjoy. It's not at all the same plot, but it's the same feeling of reading Babel. Where it's very obviously talking to a subject, and therefore you may enjoy it, but can you ever really say you enjoyed it?
You're like, everything is terrible. Okay.
So yeah, it's one of those books. It's one of those kinds. I can only even though literally I can't tell you how much the plot is not Babel. It's the same feeling.
Exit strategy.
I think it can't really be a new favorite, so it can be a loved it because it's definitely not new to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed this one. It was really good. It was fourth, I think so. I'm almost completely certain this is number 4.
I think so too, so.
And I liked it better than 3 because it didn't have that ending.
Yeah.
And it was a fun read. We got to see some old characters.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So got to see where they were again. So I liked that. Okay.
Last Devil to Die.
to Die. Maybe it's a new favorite because I really enjoyed the certain how the devils are judged, we'll just say.
There you go. Okay, I was like, I don't know how you're gonna say that. Oh, spoiler.
I was working on it. I was like, spoiler free. But there we go. We'll just say there's a lot of devils, and I enjoyed the process of judgment on that.
Yes, it's very good. Yeah, that part of the book is probably my favorite in the series too. I don't know if the book overall is a favorite, but
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was good. It was sad, but it was good.
Yeah.
Well, not the villains dying. That was fine.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Okay.
Echo Wife.
That one is it's a lot. I think I'm gonna put it in liked it. It is.
Is that the one with the wife and then there's like a clone?
Yeah, that's the premise. It's
I haven't read it clearly, but
it goes like it's almost. I would almost even put it in horror.
oh, okay.
Because lots of people die. And some of them probably kind of gruesome. You don't see a lot of it on screen, but on screen? No.
Close enough.
On page.
Close enough.
But yeah, the whole concept is kind of horrific. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was kind of a study in humans and what makes us humans in a way.
I feel like I've always said either people love it or they hate it, and there's like no in between. But
Yeah,
you're in between.
I did really like it. I did wish the ending had gone. That's what did it slightly lower for me, was how the ending went.
Ah, that makes sense.
I understood why we ended it the way we did,
But you didn't want it that way.
I would have preferred something just a tad not that. So that's why it gets a little lowered.
I have no idea what the name of this one is.
It's just called Trinity.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go with. I wasn't sure how I felt about this one. We'll just go with just okay, I think, because I didn't like it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
It was whatever.
Solid meh. Maybe
Yeah.
I should have named this category meh.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll change
It was fine. You should also just name it. It was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah, because you say that a lot about books. It was fine.
Yes.
So maybe I'll change it next month. I'm not changing it now. I'm too lazy to. Is this 07 Ghosts?
Yes, 07 Ghosts. I read several of them. I'm just doing one of the covers rather than
Oopsie.
each. Oh, bye.
Sorry.
But I read quite a few. This is a reread, so it certainly can't go in new favorites.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I have read the series before, just not quite all the way to the end, because at the time when I was reading it,
Gosh,
it
darn
didn't have an end. So, let's put it in. Loved it because I'm not to the point where I couldn't read on before, but it is a reread. I still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I feel like this cover kind of represents it fairly well. It is a fairly dark manga, just on the premise. No spoilers, but yeah, it's pretty dark, pretty sad. Really excellent though, really excellent.
Yay.
But can't go in new favorites because I definitely have read all of them so far. I think I'm on 5 or 6. I can't remember which. And I think that one's number 4's cover. I just picked one at random, but
I did kind of that too.
The Unmaking of June Farrow. I'm gonna put it in. Liked it, I think, because there were some aspects of it I'm not generally a fan of. They were fine in this book, but they were fine. They were fine. I did really like the plot twists, though.
Oh, okay.
The plot twists were pretty excellent.
Good.
And I did enjoy those.
Burn Our Bodies Down.
That one, just okay. Because really that's really all I can say, honestly, is it was just okay. It felt like an incredibly long read.
That's not usually a good sign.
Because even though things were technically happening, also nothing happened forever. Like,
Wonderful.
it's supposed to be horror, but I was never particularly horrified. I was never on the, you associate horror with at least being somewhat nervous.
Yeah.
I was definitely not. So it's just okay. It was interesting at the end. Her last wish. We're gonna put it in just okay because I can't remember this one at all. I remember the beginning, and I don't remember it from there. It's really short. It's like 178 pages or something. But apparently it wasn't very memorable.
I was gonna say, apparently it's very forgettable, though.
Maybe I should read it again so I remember what the frick it's about. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to put it in just okay because it apparently didn't leave much of an impression.
Apparently not.
Because I don't really remember much about it.
Awesome. Okay, The End and Other Beginnings.
That one is also gonna go in just okay. Because some of the stories were good. Some of them I was like, why? Because it's a bunch of stories.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of them were good. Some of them I was like, okay. And I care why. But yeah. So it it's just gonna have to go in just okay.
Okay. The Monarchs.
I liked that one fine until the ending. And then, like, somehow, like, we cared so much about everything until the end, and then no one cared about anything. It's like, oh, these people are dying. Oh, well, that's not my problem. Oh, so sad. I mean, it is my problem, technically. But, oh, so sad. Anyway, I'll go about my life and get my coffee. And I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
Okay.
Because we cared throughout the book so much. We care so much. And then, yeah, we didn't care at all. And we're just like, oh, cool, party. And I was like, literally, what the fuck?
The characters got tired of caring.
Apparently. So I was like, right, okay. So we're going to go just okay. Because it was interesting. It was pretty predictable too, but that ending. Okay, this one.
Witch's Block, is that what it's called? Yeah, Witch's Block. Okay.
It's about a writer, which that's what it's called. Witch's Block. She's a witch who has writer's block.
That makes sense.
And lots of things happen. There's a lot that happens in this book. It's gonna go in just okay too. I thought I would like it more than I did.
Yeah, I see that premise.
The premise sounded fantastic. Some of the other things were boring. Like the romance, it was boring. So boring. And it was incredibly... I knew exactly who the love interest was going to be. Literally from the first time he was introduced on page. I was like, oh, there you are. And it was predictable from there on that aspect.
Yeah.
So it was just okay.
Okay. Cat Gamer.
I'm going to put it in liked it.
Okay.
It was good. It was very cute. She's the main character is kind of an airhead as far as the cat goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little unrealistic. I mean, maybe not. Some people are that dumb as far as pets go. I said that, but, I have to take it back. Some people are that pet illiterate.
They literally don't know a single thing about pets.
Yes. So I have to take that back. I mean, honestly, in comparison to some people I've recently met, actually, she's fantastic.
Right? She's a great pet owner.
Completely A+. So, yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Was that you just read the first one?
Yeah, I've just that one had. I just did read the first one.
Not your sidekick.
That one. We're gonna go with liked it.
Okay.
It was cute. It was good. The villains were predictable from the very moment you heard about them. And I kind of had the whole book pegged pretty quickly. Yeah. But it was still cute, though. It's cute. I'll probably still read the second one, which it's like Not Your Villains, I think. I'll still probably read it. It was cute enough for me to continue. And the thing to note with it for sure is that it is supposed to be middle grade, so you can't judge it like an adult book.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty important going into this book to note that it is not even, I don't think it's even supposed to be young adult. I think it's middle grade to maybe early young adult.
Yeah, it's middle grade.
Yeah. So that is something for sure if you're going to read this book to definitely note, because it definitely reads like a middle grade and not like, this says middle grade, but it's really for adults. No, it's not like that. So, yeah. Which is, I thought was good, because it's something you could, if you had a kid you wanted to read this, then you could hand it over to your kid without really worrying about gratuitous anything. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of dark as far as the theme goes, but it's not really something you'd have to be scared to hand your kid.
That's just good. And your last one, Amari and the Great Game.
And the Great Game. This one was good. I did like it slightly less than the first one, but it was still really good. And the cliffhanger was kind of annoying, since I planned on you. No, I know, but I planned on this not being. I didn't expect the Wheel to give me this in February. In January. Yeah. That was so rude. It was still really good. I really did enjoy it, but now I'll have to wait for the sequel.
Okay, to switch it over to my reads for the month. Starting out, I read Olive Branch. This is actually the second one in like a companion series. You don't have to read the first one, but I like this more than the first one. I'm trying to decide how much I liked it. I did think there was really good anxiety rep in it and chronic pain rep. That was actually probably my favorite part. The ending wasn't my absolute favorite. I did still really like it though. I think I found loved it. Just for the chronic pain and the anxiety rep was both really good. Last Devil to Die. I'm gonna say loved it on that one too. I was debating, but I think I loved it. As far as the main plot line, that's probably my favorite out of all the ones we've had. So
yeah. I think I've liked 3 and 4 the best in the series.
Yeah, I think so too. Not that 1 and 2 aren't good. They are, but I think I like 3 and 4 the best.
Well, I mean, at this point, the characters are well established.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, in a way, you get to enjoy it more because you know these characters.
Yeah.
Versus in the first couple years, still kind of learning them.
True. And the second one was a little bit harder for me to follow than the rest have been. I was like, okay. What's happening? Anyway. But She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat. This is a stand-in for 3 volumes, I think. I think it's for volumes 2, 3, and 4. No, I lied. This is for 2 and 3. 2, 3, and 4 is on a different one coming up later. Anyway, regardless, it's a new favorite series, so I'm just gonna put it up there. Even though I think I put the first one as new favorite last time too, I'm still counting it. I don't care. Because the 2 and 3 get into a little bit more serious topics, but in a really thoughtful way, which I really liked, without bringing the whole I guess, mood down too much. So it was really good. To be fortunate, this is going to be in another episode at some point. We're going to talk about more in depth, probably. I'm gonna put it in liked it. It's very, very like science heavy, very nerdy.
It's good though.
Yeah. So if you like a lot of scientific terminology, you'll probably like it.
Although I feel like you should mention the animal death warning because they don't have that in the book that I found.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there is trigger warnings for animal death for that book because I didn't see it listed anywhere. Next up, The Companion. This was not quite what I thought it would be, but it wasn't bad either. I would say I liked it. I want to say it was fine, but that would put it in the tier below it. There were parts of it that I liked more than others, for sure. And it just wasn't quite what I was expecting. There's not much you can say without spoiling something. Not a lot happened, we'll put it that way. Not a lot happened, but I did like the relationships. They were kind of cute, so I don't know. I liked it. It was fine. Long time coming. I would put in liked it too, I think. There were definitely parts of it I didn't like as much. And also the entire book is basically like miscommunication, which is kind of annoying.
That is always annoying.
Yeah, it is on the lower end of liked it, but I think it's still not liked it. This Spells Love. That one was just okay. I didn't really care for the characters that much, or like how things were done. So it's kind of like a alternate universe thing. I didn't really feel like that worked though the way that the author wanted it to work. Because
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. Because I'm like, but they're in different universes, so like the people would be different, so that doesn't make sense to me, that they're not going to be exactly the same. And then also, didn't you just screw over the other universe and what you did? Anyway, it was fine. I'm really going to change that tier to say it was fine.
Yes.
Distiller Snow Job. It was fine. It was fine. It was too short, really, for, I think, there was so much setup that there wasn't, like, the actual, like, action part seemed really rushed. And, like, I don't know. I did like the characters. Yeah, I'll move it to liked it for the characters, but it really needed to be longer. But I did really enjoy, especially the pilot and the person that does, like, the travel writing and the story. I like those two the most, but so I'll move it up for the characters, and plus there is some disability rep, which I did like too. So it'll get liked it, but it again, it's on the lower end of liked it for sure. The XX, this is actually a DNF, so I'm not sure it should be on this list. But just not for me. Not for me. I didn't really care for it too much. It wasn't that it was bad. I just didn't care. Didn't really care for the love interest. Didn't really care about the story. So, The Falling in Love montage. This was not what I thought it would be at all. It does tackle some serious topics, which I, just based on the title and like the cover, I didn't think it would. I did find the main character frustrating, but you're kind of supposed to. I also found her dad really frustrating. I'm been just okay. It is. Guarding Gus, new favorite. This was so cute. I loved it. So, yeah, just the friendship that starts between what they call the foster dads. Even though they're not really foster dads, but their friendship is really cute, and then their friendship with other characters as they meet them. I don't know how to say anything without spoiling it, but
it's a really cute cover too, though.
It is. It's so cute, and also their relationship with Gus, which is baby gargoyle you see on the front. Like, oh, so sweet, so cute. I love Gus so much. Tyranny of the Fae. So this is like a set of short stories. There's 3 stories. The first story I really wasn't a fan of. The second one was okay, and then the third one I liked. So I think overall it ends in a liked it. Like, it kind of evens out to just liked it. Again, the first story is also the shortest, so luckily I didn't have to like suffer through it for too long. Especially the last story I did really enjoy, which was what brought it up to liked it. Otherwise it'd be just okay. The Mystery Guest. I'll be honest, I wasn't gonna read it, but I got it as a Christmas gift from a relative, and so I was like, I guess I'm reading it. So this is the second one to The Maid, so I don't know how much I can really even say. The first half I struggled through. I was not having a good time. The second half definitely got better. But overall, I would say just okay, because I found it pretty predictable, and which I don't mind that in like other stories, but like in my mysteries and thrillers, I don't like it to be predictable. So, and like I said, I really struggled through the first half of the book. There are definitely parts I like, and there's characters I really like, but it just wasn't enough to bring it up to even I liked it for me. So, which I felt bad, but I did not tell the person who bought it for me that it was just okay. I was like, yeah, it was great. Okay, anyway.
Well, you kind of have to do that, though. If they bought you a book.
Yeah. It was very sweet. They did not have to buy me anything. I didn't buy them anything, because I didn't know we were doing gifts, so... Okay, Mickey Chambers Shakes It Up. I thought I was gonna love this. The premise sounds so cute, and the main character has a chronic illness. It just wasn't really for me. I'm gonna put it in just okay. I didn't really like the love interest, like at all. And yeah, it did have a chronic illness in it, and I thought that was good, although I don't have the particular illness that's in the book, so I can't say how good it is as far as rep for that. Yeah, hyperthyroidism. Okay, I was right. I don't have that illness. I don't know if it's good rep for that. But I don't know. I liked some of the characters, and I liked like the family vibe of the bar and stuff, but I don't know. It just didn't quite work for me. The relationship didn't quite work for me. And so it was just okay.
I mean, sometimes that happens though. You might like one character or 2 characters or a family dynamic or whatever, but like the main character or the love interest you're not a big fan of. I feel like that happens to me a lot too.
Yeah. I was sad because I was like, I'm gonna love this, and it just didn't quite work, but that's okay. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I really thought this was going to be a new favorite, and it's not. But...
That's surprising. You were enjoying it so much when I knew you were reading it.
Oh no, I really liked it. I think it's going and loved it. It wasn't quite enough to be a new favorite for me.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, the ending must have been bad.
Well, there was one part that wasn't like my favorite way of like creating tension or whatever, or my favorite plot line, and that was just like a me personally thing. I don't think it was bad. I think other people obviously really enjoyed it. And
well, there are things that just don't hit for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it was just one thing. It just didn't hit for me personally. I didn't really see why it was done like that. It's just, the main character did something that annoyed me. That's basically what happened. The main character did something really stupid that annoyed me, and that's why it's not a new favorite. Anyway, anyone who's read it probably knows what I'm referring to. And I was like, this is a very smart main character, and yet she did that, and it just annoyed me. Anyway, Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. This is, this is the one where I read volumes 2 through 4. Also, I think it gets new favorite status as well. I really enjoyed the series. It's over though. That's the whole. It's only volumes 1 through 4. So, that's the end of the series, and I really loved it.
I'm really pleased that you like this series.
I loved it so much. I'm already considering a reread, and I'm like, girl, no, you have too many things to read. You cannot do a reread right now. Although, speaking of reread, Our Dining Table is a reread. So I can't put a new favorite because it is a reread. But I'm putting in Loved It. Very, very cute, very sweet. Relationships. LSBN. I don't know if it's LSBN or you just say lesbian. I'm not sure. It is an acronym, so I assume LSBN.
I think so.
This was not what I thought it would be. It wasn't bad, but just it's going under just okay. It was not what I thought it would be at all. And it is spicy. It is a spicy graphic novel, which I also was not prepared for. But it was too short to do anything. Like, you don't get...
Yeah, it's a tiny book.
Yeah, it's so small, and you don't get enough, in my opinion. You get enough spice, but there's not enough anything else to, like, make a story. But as far as I can tell, there's not a second one. I can't see that there is one, so it just... By itself, there just wasn't enough to it.
Interesting.
To, like, push it any higher than just okay. So this is Ever After. I did really enjoy this. Oh no, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it in Loved It. Oh, am I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in Loved It. I did really, really enjoy this though. The whole found family kind of dynamic is so good. I would go higher if it weren't like the whole thing is basically, again, a miscommunication. And I'm like, come on, get it together. But it is very cute. It's very sweet. It's very, I think it's YA, and you can tell it's YA, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But, you know, the characters actually act their age, which is actually, in my mind, a plus. But, I mean, so they act like teenagers, because that's what they are.
It's actually hard to find that most of the time. You read a book and they say they're teenagers, but they don't act like it.
Yeah.
Or they only act like it in that they're, like, immature for no reason.
Yeah. And I feel like in this book, like, they were very mature when they needed to be, which I think is pretty, you know, accurate. If you have to be mature, like, you're going to, like, step up for a while, but when they didn't have to be, they go back to, like, you know, okay, we're teenagers and we're messing around or whatever. But I also didn't like as much that the resolution was, like, literally pushed to the last minute, like, almost, oh, we did it. And I'm like, okay, like, it could have been, you didn't have to push it to literally the last minute. So that kind of annoyed me a bit, because I was like, you literally could have been any time. I know he was trying to build tension, but come on now. So that was like, okay, whatever. But overall, I had a great time with the story. Again, the relationships are so cute, and they're so funny, and they, like, give each other so much crap, which is also hilarious to me.
I should probably give it another go.
Yeah, now that you know it's kind of silly.
Yeah, because I DNF'd it when I started it.
I don't know if you'll like it, to be honest, but you'll like some of the characters, but I don't know if you'll like the story overall. But
sometimes the characters are enough, though.
Yeah. It is very cute overall. I still think Spellbound is my favorite by F.T. Lukens so far, but this was very cute, and I'd totally read it again at some point, but just not yet, obviously.
Yeah, you just finished
so I just read it. Yeah, so it goes under Loved It. I feel kind of bad because I do love F.T. Lukens, but yeah, no.
Well, not every single book from an author is going to be a complete home run.
True. I think I still give it like 5 stars. I still really enjoyed it, but
yeah. I mean, even for me, like, Charlie Holmberg is like a favorite author, but I DNF'd one of her series that really made me upset.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, I think that's a tier ranking. Mine ended up pretty balanced in the end. Yours were almost all liked it.
I don't think I had a yuck this time though.
Oh, that's true. You didn't. You didn't have a yuck this time.
Which last time I had at least 2.
You had like 4 last time.
Did I?
feel like it's quite a few, but you're.
Well, most of my yucks last time was because of the blatant like sexism and.
Yeah, that's not.
I was like, I hate this. Thanks.
Right.
I hate it.
You didn't have very many at the top though either.
That's true.
Not very many favorites. But anyway, mine ended up more balanced, minus the yuck. And to be fair to the X-Hex, it's probably not really yuck, but I don't have a D enough tier, so that was our ranking for January. We'll be back next month for another ranking. Again, these are not our star ratings. These are just our feelings and general vibes, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
All vibes.
Because if we put it in stars, it'd be kind of boring. This is more like, but how do I feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening to Magic and Mayhem. All right, bye.